10 Cats. Johnny Be Good, it's Johnny Vegas. From Naked Attraction, it's Anna Richardson. And Rob Beckett, their team captain. And facing them tonight, Brooke out, it's Alex Brooker. Stand Up Girl, it's Sophie Duker. And Katherine Ryan, their guest team captain. Now, welcome your host, Jimmy Carr.
Welcome to 8 out of 10 Cats, a show about opinion polls, surveys and statistics. Did you know, for example, humans share 50% of our genes with bananas? Well, that certainly explains the bend in my penis. And why it turned green that one time. There are over 125,000 stray cats in Istanbul. Finally, a bit of good news for the shish kebab industry. 17% of Brits have had sex on a dining table. Turnover, it's time for pudding. And the average Londoner has 2 best friends, 4 close pals and 5 work buddies, whilst the average Geordie has 2 friends with benefits, 20 friends on benefits and no work buddies. If you're watching this in Newcastle, well, you can't hear me because it's through a shop window. Right, let's get started. What are you talking about? That's the name of our first round. It's our panelists' job to guess the British public's top 3 most popular talking points. Rob's team, what do you think the nation will be talking about this week?
Well, it must be the new Brexit developments.
Yeah.
I don't know much about this, but I think this might go down as one of the worst Brexits ever. The extensions, all I hear is extension, this extension, that. I'm so annoyed with it. I don't even go to my conservatory anymore. Sick of extensions.
I think Donald Tusk, who I can only assume is a cartoon elephant, he called it Flextension, and the Flextension is meant to be till June 30th, and that just doesn't work for me because it's my birthday and Cheryl Cole's birthday. People will be having barbecues. The next day, no one's going to be in any fit state to fight for diabetes medicine in Dover. It's not a good day.
June 30th is also when Glastonbury ends, which I think is a really good time because I think it'll make the transition easier because you'll just have been, like, living in a tent, shitting in the woods, eating out of tins. Then you go to no-deal Brexit, which will be exactly the same, except you won't have to listen to George Ezra.
Obviously, Theresa May's been doing her best too, because a lot of people are a bit confused as to what's going on. So this week she made a video, like, that they put online for social media.
The thing I thought is the country desperately needs some money. If Theresa May's going to make a home video, she's got to go down the Kim Kardashian route.
That is a challenging way.
They're all challenging for me, Jimmy.
I think it's weird with the Corbyn-Theresa talks because, like, the thing they keep saying is that both sides are showing flexibility and neither of them look like they can touch their own knees. I mean, it's...
Nothing wrong with that.
Imagine if they really got on, though. Because they've probably never sat down. Imagine if they sat
Do you
really
think Theresa May and Corbyn might be pounding it out?
Yeah. Imagine it, then it's like, oh, it's all getting a bit stressful. Should I put some music on? And like, oh, I love Lighthouse Family too. Oh. I don't know, should we start soft, then go hard? Oh, Jezza!
I think you're absolutely right, Rob. I think it is hot and heavy in those Theresa May-Corbyn negotiations.
Because he's a strange geezer. He always looks like his clothes are stained with piss, but he's quite powerful, isn't he? You know what I mean? Yeah, and I reckon she might like that, and they're like, oh, and she's like, oh, what do you want to do about the customs union? Oh, do you want to do it Norway style, Theresa? Oh. I think I've overthought this.
I imagine Corbyn is like that one that you've always got on your WhatsApp group when you arrange a night out and everybody agrees, and there's always one prick who'll be like, actually, nah, go somewhere else. You know when, like, people have a bad day at work and you just go, yeah, tomorrow will be better. Theresa May, it just gets worse. She never gets up in the morning and goes, today's your day, Theresa.
She is one rejection away from having her shoelaces taken off her. It's
The thing about about Theresa May is I feel like they're always saying she doesn't care about us, it's all about party management. And I think that Theresa May would throw a really shit party. Like, you'd blow out your candles, and when you opened your eyes, all the people had been deported.
Yeah. Do you like her, Sophie?
No, who I like in Brexit is all the supporting characters. So I really like Jacob Rees-Mogg because he's sinister, but he's quite seductive.
Yeah.
I mean, if that's your type, you're in luck. Anna, have you got any advice for Theresa May? What would you say to her now?
Well, I mean, I think she proves that, you know, women can multitask really, really well because, I mean, let's face it, she's, you know, fucking up her own party, fucking up Brexit and also fucking up the nation.
Well done,
But I say work on the videos. I'm looking forward to seeing more of her home videos because I can just see her now, you know, on her Instagram feed, just kicking back with her husband in the hot tub. You know, boobs floating on top of the water. Just talking about the backstop.
I'm all about that, mine. Have your boobs learned to play piano?
And where was the meeting? At Downing Street or Corbyn's bedsit?
I imagine they met on, like, neutral territory somewhere.
Like the Weatherspoons at Beaconsfield Services? Seems like in between London and Chequers, isn't it? Sort of.
Beaconsfield.
Yeah.
Beaconsfield.
Beaconsfield.
Each their own.
Do you reckon they might row about whether it's Brexit or Brexit?
I always say Brexit.
Yeah, but there's a lot of politicians say Brexit.
What do you call it?
Fucking huge mistake.
Now, not every politician has been consistent on Brexit. Take a look at this spiky introduction of one MP on Channel 4 News.
Well, the Conservative MP Ben Bradley is in the House of Commons. He voted to remain, then became a Brexiteer, then voted against the deal, then voted for the deal, then said he'd struggle to back the deal again, but now says he will back the deal. Ben Bradley, why do you get to change your mind?
Yes!
He's done you! He's done you!
He's not messing about, is he? They're running out of politicians. That's the issue. Because, like, everyone changes so quickly, you can't keep up. The geezer is a health secretary. He's called, is it Mick Hancock? Who the fuck is Mick Hancock? I'll be more
I think he's
confident with
called
Mick
Matt. He's called Matt Hancock, and you've proved your own point by getting
Yeah,
it wrong.
Matt Hancock.
It does seem bizarre, though. You don't know, like, even if you take an interest in politics now, so many people have resigned, you don't know who's on the front benches.
The thing is, we may have to still go to the European elections even though we're leaving. So I think what we should do is, because we haven't got any politicians left, why don't we just send some reality stars?
Yeah.
Just send Gemma Collins out to be our European Member of Parliament. She could be just like, don't look at me like that, Tusk. The GC is ready for the EU. Is the EU ready for the GC? You wait till I slap those tariffs on. You can't afford this candy.
Well, let's see if it's up there. OK. Yes, it's Theresa May's Brexit deal. Last week, Theresa May wrote to the EU asking to delay Brexit until the 32nd of Nevuary, 2000 and never. People are getting worried about Brexit negotiations, but don't worry, guys, we've got Britain's shittest ever Prime Minister on it. Some people call Theresa May a traitor. It's very unfair. She's incompetent, robotic, useless, inflexible, and a dog-shit negotiator. But she's no traitor. Theresa May has got into bed with Jeremy Corbyn, which has annoyed Diane Abbott because that used to be her job. OK, Katherine, what else have the nation been talking about the last week?
Britain's Got Talent.
Oh, yeah, it's back. You watch it?
I would watch Britain's Got Talent if Ant had carried on drinking. All right? I think what this show needs is a couple of tipsy gents putting a ventriloquist in a headlock. I can't watch it the way it is. And if you've ever seen American kids rap or dance, you don't think Britain's Got Talent. You think, oh, Britain's got to start funding the arts. They're not.
What talents do we have in this room? Anna, what do you think if you went on Britain's Got Talent?
Well, I can spot a cock from 100 paces, obviously. I am known as Witchy Richie. Witchy Richie.
Well, I like that. What do you do?
I can read the tarot cards.
Do you genuinely...
I genuinely
are mental. OK, so you can read the tarot?
I can read the tarot.
Well, do you want to do Rob's tarot? Do you want to do Rob's fortune?
Rob, I need you to, you know, you've got to take this seriously. Don't
Okay,
don't mess with the tarot.
Don't read mine!
Okay.
Stay with me, you witch!
You need to shuffle.
Shuffle.
Think of a question. It's got to be a genuine question.
I don't want to know my
Genuine
future because I
question.
die in a bed sit.
All right, genuine question, something Rob cares about. It's going to be floss, I reckon.
Yeah, take it seriously.
OK, so this is
This is
Witchy reading the tarot.
OK, with your question in mind, pick one that you're drawn
Right,
to.
I've got one. Do I have to put it down?
I need to see it.
Oh, right, OK. I didn't have to. I thought it was this dynamo for a minute. It's going to appear up there.
And another one, please.
OK. Have one, OK.
So he's got the Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah. And the Corbyn and May.
Interesting. He's also picked the Lovers, ladies and gentlemen. This is the answer. One more card, please.
OK. I've got the Hierophant.
No, you got the Hierophant. It's a little bit like Beaconsfield, isn't it?
Yeah, a little bit. It's so close, you know. I've not been there.
From Beaconsfield.
Bacon.
Your marriage is fucked. It'll be fine. You'll be fine. You'll be absolutely...
My question was, will Arsenal win the league next year?
Your marriage is fucked.
Fine, but do Arsenal win the league next year?
One card.
One card.
Rob, it might be good news, because maybe the reason your marriage is ending is that Arsenal wins and you spend a lot of time at the football.
The Knight of Cups.
She's having an affair. I'm really sorry. I mean, you know... There's no easy way.
Or that's Arsenal with a cup.
Completely. Let's look at the bright side.
Positive.
What would your talent be, Sophie? What do you think?
I don't have a hidden talent because I think a lot of hidden talents are pointless. And I think, like, post-No Deal Brexit, I'm going to get a practical talent. So they'll bring me on Britain's Got Talent and be like, this is Sophie, she knows how to purify water. And then I'll be queen.
Alex, what would you do on Britain's Got Talent if you were?
I could do Justin Timberlake songs I could probably name from the first few seconds.
Are you a huge Justin Timberlake fan, or...?
Yeah, I've been to see him like 6 times. I even went in the wheelchair section for one of them. A geezer recognised me and he's like, do you want to come and, like, sit in this bit? I was like, fucking right I do, these are great seats. And then they were all parked up. And then I just went and kind of, like, sat next to them. But obviously, like, when Sexy Back hits, just something takes over me. So I'm up, like, jumping, dancing. You see the people behind me.
It's a miracle.
I can play music on my nose.
You play your nose.
Yeah,
Our next
I can play my
act,
nose.
ladies and gentlemen. Come on, let's see it. What would you do if Rob, if you had to go on there?
Well, I can do that, but with my arse.
OK, let's see if it's up there. Yes, it's the return of Britain's Got Talent. Ant is the perfect host for Britain's Got Talent because if anyone knows what it's like to be given one chance to impress a judge, it's Ant. What do you think?
Is it Prince William's work experience with MI5? He wants to be a spy. World's most famous man wants to see how he can blend in. And because of nepotism, he gets to do that. He could be an astronaut, he could play 3 weeks in goal for Man City, he could do anything he wants. He's not fetching people tea, he's not working in an office, he's gone straight to spy, and I love him for it.
This is why he makes such an excellent spy, because you'd never believe it was actually him. Like, if an eyewitness told you that Prince William rappelled into the British Museum, blew a security guard's brains out, and made out with a woman in a cocktail dress, you'd be like, yeah, sure. I think you mean Prince Harry.
I think there's some mission drift there. If you've broken into the Natural History Museum, shot a security guard, and got off with a lady. OK, national security-wise, I'm not sure what we've achieved, but well done.
He's like a toddler that's been asked what he wants to do. He's like, oh yeah, please can I be a helicopter driver? I'd like to be a spy man, and can I be king, please, Nanny?
He's not. He's going, one day I'm going to have to rule. I should learn all about my kingdom.
Bollocks. He wants a gadget and an Aston Martin. Aston Martin.
Do you know he's just had a 90-foot hedge to stop people spying on him and his other half?
Yeah, but
That'll
also,
stop it.
when he wants to spy, part of that hedge, he walked off in it. And he just goes in other people's garden.
Alex, have you ever done any work experience?
Yeah, I did it at the job centre. I had 2 jobs on the first day. Shredding stuff, like putting stuff through the shredder, it's fine, and making tea. And the second day, I was down to just doing the shredding because I kept spilling the tea.
I did work experience at my dad's engineering office, and then I started sleeping with someone there, didn't I? And my little sister also started doing work
Not your
experience.
dad, was it?
And she... No, and then my little sister also started doing work experience, and she started sleeping with someone there. And then my third sister did not get offered work experience. And while I was there, I got my dad to start taking the birth control pill because he found some in my desk, and I lied, and I said that it was for Irish skin. And then he was like, well, I've also got Irish skin. Can I please have some of this? And I said, of course you can. I gave him a month. And then he started taking them. He loved it. He kept it on his desk, and he'd show people. But like, would you look at this? It's brilliant. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Of course, now he's living as a woman. Well, I can tell you that Prince William's work experience at MI5 is not one of the most talked about things, but getting work experience at MI5 isn't as hard as you might think. All you need is a reference, a CRB check, and for your nan to be the fucking queen. All right, fingers on buzzers. What else have the nation been talking about this week?
Well, Game of Thrones is returning for the final series.
It's exciting, isn't it?
That's quite a big deal. It's weird people get excited about it, like just a trailer. They're like, oh, the trailer's dropped, which I hate that word. You've got to be like under 25 to get away with dropped. Like my mum the other day went, oh, that new trailer's dropped. I was like, I was really sick.
I genuinely think that there's a good chance in this final series we're going to see a dwarf riding a dragon. And if that doesn't become a Paralympic sport...
OK, maybe Game of Thrones is good for representation in some areas, but I don't like it because I think it's racist.
You think it's racist?
I think Game of Thrones is racist. OK, fine, they've got these characters called the White Walkers, which is who I think Nigel Farage was leading from Sunderland to London. Even, like, Jon Snow said he'd never seen so many white people in one place, and he's, like, the main character.
They call it Game of Thrones, but it's not a game, is it? Fucking your sister's a choice. What's weird about it is, though, it got criticised, didn't it, for too many boobs. It was all dragons and tits. They went, oh, it's the dragons and tits show, right? It was too many boobs, wasn't it? But then what happened was, they went, OK, let's balance it up, get some dicks on screen. And fine, and it went well dick heavy. I would say it's more dick and dragons than tit and dragons. But it's still got the reputation for being boob heavy.
Well, Anna, I mean, people in glass houses and all, I don't think...
Are you always a 50-50 split of dick and tit?
No, we're a little bit tit-heavy, I think.
Are you?
I think so.
More tit than dick, I suppose, because there's always one dick, 2 tits.
Oh, exactly. It's maths.
It's simple math.
Johnny, you a big fan of Game of Thrones? Do you watch it?
Obviously, it's very hard to watch in the afternoon. Your son walks in, it feels like porn. It is drama. But you have to rush for the remote control and go, what are you watching? A drama!
It's not like soft porn. The only person it's pornography for is Donald Trump. Have you seen that wall? Oh, he loves it. Look at that wall, keeping them all out. That's what you need.
Alex, favourite character?
I do like Tyrion, obviously, like representing the Blue Badge crew. Also, the first couple of series, he was smashing anything as well, so...
Spoiler alert! I've not got that far. That annoys me about it. People just go, spoiler alert. It was on 4 years ago.
I had someone say that about The Sixth Sense the other day. Come on. Off you fuck.
Oh, can't we look forward... Oh, I can't wait till Christmas. Spoiler alert! I'm not that far through the Bible. But one of my favourite things is that it keeps getting bigger and bigger and more successful. Every series it's getting bigger. And what I love about it is how angry Sean Bean must be. He got killed off early doors.
Oh, spoiler.
Oh,
OK, let's see if it's up there. Of course, Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones has it all. A woman who had a baby with her brother, a man who had his penis chopped off, and a sex-mad dwarf. It's like they remade Jeremy Kyle in Narnia. The big question is, what are Game of Thrones fans going to do when it all ends? I guess start knocking one out to Doctor Who. So those were the most popular talking points this week, but in other news, the royal family attended a Netflix premiere at the Natural History Museum. Stuffy, boring, and full of fossils. That's the royal family for you. And Donald Trump was in the news this week, trying to say the word origins.
I hope they now go and take a look at the oranges of the investigation, the beginnings of that investigation. The Mueller report, I wish, covered the oranges, the beginnings of the investigation, how it started.
We'll go for Anna.
OK, you're going with the perfect fringe. Well, Anna, of course, presents Naked Attraction. So here's the question. Most people consider themselves to be body confident. True or false? You're the expert. Tell us, what do you think?
Well, judging by my inbox and...
Is that what you call it?
I do. Yeah.
So that's your inbox, that's your outbox.
So, judging by my inbox and the amount of show hopefuls that send me their photos...
Show hopefuls?
Yeah.
So you get sent a lot of dick pics?
Yes, I do, and I love them. I was sent recently a picture of an 80-year-old man standing in his bedroom with his cock out and just a pair of socks on. But, I mean, he had an enormous penis.
What's tasteful about Naked Attraction, Anna, is that they're always flaccid.
Not always, Katherine.
Oh, what? Have you had incidents?
We do have to stop the show quite often.
When it's...
And, well, just say to the fellas, look, can you just go and sort yourself out?
Yes,
and then pop back.
Sort yourself out?
You know.
They've gone...
I don't know what they do. What do boys do? I don't know what they do, but
Well, I don't know.
say...
I've never had an erection on telly before, so...
I've got one right now. Things are fine.
So is it fellas that are just trying to give themselves a little, you know, like little jump start, just to get, like, kind of halfway there?
Yeah, exactly that.
Yeah, the best thing to do is wank and then leave it and go on stage.
How big is your penis, Katherine? That's like proper thunk. May I ask, what temperature is it in the studio? Because I would have real issues around... Hang on, this is too cold.
Well, the girls obviously want it freezing for the nipples.
Why is my house so hot, then?
All the boys want it really, really warm.
Boys want it warm for a...
Yeah, because otherwise the balls go up, don't they? Their willies shrink. And the girls want it really cold, so the nipples are proud.
So why don't you just give them different booths at different temperatures?
It's expensive, Johnny. You can't have a self-contained air-con dick tube.
You've done the show for quite a while now. What is the perfect penis? What are we looking for?
Well, as every woman knows, that you want girth, not length. Yes. But...
Sorry. When you say girth, not length, you mean no length whatsoever. Mine's like... I'll be honest, adds up, mine's like a can of tuna.
What, fishy?
See, that's what they're after.
As long as it doesn't smell like a can of tuna, I think we're going to be OK.
It's spring water, not brine, don't worry.
Can I just say, don't say to a girl, my penis is like a can of tuna.
That's hockey puck.
I've got a thing where I've got a very small penis, but then I'm very wealthy.
It works. That works.
Katherine Ryan, body confidence.
Oh, I'm very body confident ever since I found the right surgeon. If anything, I'm overly body confident. Of course. I think everyone is beautiful, especially me.
What do you think, Sophie? Body confident?
I don't like judging people on, like, the external features. I think it's what's on the inside that counts. I mean, I don't care what your dick looks like, but if you've got fat kidneys, fuck off.
Alex, what about you? Body confident?
Size of my knob in these little hands, big time.
I do think, as an income stream, the internet has opened up to there's an extra income for everyone everywhere. Because currently, now, all I do is wake up the kitchen floor after I've had my breakfast and 3 German men pay to watch. And they don't necessarily want me naked. Some days they're going, oh, you wore your summer pyjamas. And you're going, yeah, sorry, testicle dropped out. And they just want to watch me clean up and do stuff. There's a man in Swansea who wants to do things to me you wouldn't believe.
How much do they pay you?
Well, the money's not come through.
If you've been affected by any of the issues on OK, let's get some answers on this. So, Rob, most people consider themselves body confident, true or false?
I don't think they are. I think people, even if they were, would be scared to say they were.
Katherine, what do you think? True or false?
True.
I would like to think that it's true.
OK, you're saying true. I can tell you the answer is true. Yeah! 56% of people do consider themselves to be body confident. I'm body confident in that I'm incredibly confident the police are not going to find that body. Now, before we carry on, as a tribute to Naked Attraction, we're going to play Carrot in a Box, Naked Attraction Edition. Rob, Katherine, come on down. OK, good. Regular viewers will be familiar with Carrot in a Box. The rules are simple. You each get a box.
Yep.
One of the boxes contains a naked penis. The aim of the game is to end up with the dick in the box. Bring on the boxes. So if you just step back a little bit. OK. Yeah. Yes, it's a game of bluff in the buff. OK, in a moment, I'll ask Rob to look in his box.
Why me?
If Rob doesn't see his chap's chap, then he'll have to bluff Katherine into giving him her box. Ultimately, Katherine gets to choose whether she keeps her box or swaps with Rob. OK, Rob, so you want a cock, Katherine? You want a cock, no change there. But there's only one cock. Let's play Carrot in a Box, Naked Attraction Edition. Rob, can you look in your box? Katherine, you're not allowed to look inside your box.
Both or what?
Both. You want a proper... You don't want to miss a thing.
Oh, for fuck's sake. I mean, I don't know what I was expecting. I love a... little beauty, innit?
Have a look.
Do we keep looking?
So, do you want to keep your box or do you want to swap with Katherine?
I'm going to keep it. There's a dick there, Katherine.
There's a dick in your box?
Yeah. That's the closest I've ever been to one that's not mine.
That's a lie. Do you think Rob's bluffing?
Was it cut or uncut?
I can't give you a firm answer on that.
Speaking of firm, how is he pleased to see you or not?
OK, get down. Softer now. Softer now.
You just blew on his dick?
Yeah. He looks like he's retreating. I think it's panicked.
Are there any distinguishable features on the dick?
He's drawn a face on it. And it moves when he laughs.
OK, so do you think he's bluffing? Do you think there's a dick in the box, or do you think you've got a dick in the box?
I think Rob is bluffing because he's gone back to look at the dick so many times. And Rob is a respectable family man. I don't think he'd be so thirsty for the cock.
I think I'm getting into it.
OK, so it's time now for the Blindfolded Taste Challenge. OK, so what do you think? You think he's bluffing?
I think that there's the dick in my box. I think Rob's bluffing.
I mean, there's a point for whoever wins this. So, gentlemen, if you could face forward. And Katherine's man, we would like you to open your box.
Oh, no!
So that's a point for you, Rob. But, I mean, it's worth saying you did look a lot at that dick. You kept going back for more.
I thought, you know, it's a nice dick. Why not have a look at it? It's not very often you get to see a dick that much. I'm relaxed. I'm a comfortable guy. I'm comfortable with my sexuality. If I want to look at a dick, I'll look at a dick.
Yay, Rob!
And just to prove we were not lying... Hardest thing about starting a new job, what do you think? Katherine.
Finding it. Young people today, they don't know what life was like pre-Google Maps. I came to the UK in the noughties, and you guys have streets that are like Lavender Ave, Lavender Road, Lavender Mews, Lavender Lane. I got lost, and I'd turn up just sweaty and upset. That was the hardest part. Oh, and finding out who the office prick was. And so I'd just drink out of every mug and see who got the most ticked off.
The worst thing about finding out who the office prick is sometimes it's you.
It was me.
What do you think? Worst thing about a new job?
I find the hardest thing about starting a new job is like telling my co-workers apart. Like, no offence, Rob, but I think all white people look the same to me. Like, I've only just figured out that it's not Roger Federer hosting.
For me, it's people not knowing how to shake my hand. Like, my first office job, I walked in, and, like, people were just like, what? It was like, you know, in, like, Jurassic Park, when they see dinosaurs for the first time. It's like, da-da-da, da-da-da. There's people, like, going...
Anna.
Yes.
So you've had a few jobs. What was the worst thing about the first day?
It might be, because I've done loads of different jobs, it could be finding out where the office toilet is. And I say this advisedly because it's well known that within television there is a turd terrorist. This is genuine, absolutely genuine. So I was walking down the corridors of a well-known broadcaster the other day, and I spotted what I thought was a tea bag in the middle of the carpet. And I thought, God, who would drop a fucking tea bag? So I went to go and kick it to the side.
Do you think they, like, pooed and just kicked it out the bottom of their trouser leg, like that fella with the rocks on Shawshank Redemption?
I've got to say, I mean, I know it's wrong, but I'm a little bit impressed with whoever that is. Rob, you've had a lot of jobs in your time.
I think normally, I mean, in a normal office, holding in a shit.
What do you mean? Like, because you don't want to go to the toilet at work?
because I worked in an office and it was all women apart from one other bloke. So it was weird because there was only about 30 people in the office. So that if he had a shit, I knew. And if I had a shit, he knew. So it was a weird couple of weeks. Because he was the... So I had to hold it in for ages. And in the end, I just did it in the hallway.
I worked at Argos, man and boy, for 4 years, and the hardest stage I ever had was the initial interview, because I didn't want to be there.
What was Argos like?
I spent half my time sitting in the toilet, and then I would send boxes down, and people would send them back because I had nosebleeds because of the dust upstairs. And I would bleed on stuff, and people would send it back and go, this was meant to be a gift.
Sophie, what do you think?
I think, like, when you start a new job, you have to do everything, like, all the menial stuff really badly so you don't get asked to do it again. So, like, the first week in a new job, I'm just, like, making terrible tea, printing stuff off wrong, giving horrible blowjobs.
Well, on the subject of blowjobs, people looking for employment now have to take all their pics offline because I hire babysitters. My first thing is to go straight to their Instagram and see how big of a slut they are.
Pick the slutty babysitter.
I pick the sluttiest babysitter. I don't want her leaving me for a better job. No, I have a lovely babysitter.
Johnny, have you sneezed on your jumper?
Come here.
I did not want to interrupt the conversation over there, so I was going, I was doing such an half sneeze.
You've never not wanted to interrupt a conversation in your life.
I got a sneezing fit. I apologise. I just was turning around going, ooh, not trying to make a noise.
Anna, starting a new job, what's...
No, hang on. I had a sneezing fit. I had a genuine sneezing fit. I was turning round, trying to sneeze quietly. I did it more on the left. The right is still quite heavily congested. But there's nothing I can do about that. I don't know why it came on. Just wanted to be part of the team.
Anna.
Yes.
Anna.
It's all right. I'll take me in the T-shirt and blow me fucking nose.
No, don't.
Well, that must be... You've now got some sort of chest oyster.
No, it's all right. I'm back in the game.
OK, so, hardest thing about starting a new job?
Sitting next to Johnny Vegas?
Be careful, it's covered in snot.
Tell me the hardest thing about starting a new job. Genuinely, the hardest thing about starting a new job is going into the staff room for the first time and wondering what mug you can use.
Well, you're quite close to that. It's about a first day thing.
Is it nerves?
Yes, it is. Yes, the hardest thing about starting a new job is first-day nerves. And I can tell you the best thing about starting a new job is telling your old boss to go and fuck himself. Worst thing to do on public transport. Rob.
Propose. In hindsight, it was a bad decision.
Isn't it really shit having a really bad resting face on public transport?
Anna, do you
People think you're about to do something bad and you're not. You're actually going, I'm in my happy place. Or the man who gets on and claims that he's a magician. He's got poisoned hands. He looks biblically unwell. And he gets on the tube and he goes, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to do a magic show. What's that in your ear? And you're going, oh.
I don't know if this happens as much as you think it does. Anna, do you take public transport?
I've not used the tube for 20 years.
For 20 years?
Yeah.
What, have you got, like, an issue with it? Do you not like it?
No, just because why would you go underground into a sealed vacuum where you just eat people's farts?
Why would you get your dick out on telly? But you don't mind hosting that.
I travel a lot on the tube, but then I'm not doing it at rush hour, so it's pretty easy.
You use the tube?
Yeah.
It mean he hires one out.
I'm in the dining car. OK, Katherine.
Is the worst thing you can do on public transport to write a lie about the NHS on the side of it?
Sophie, do you travel much on public transport?
I do. I think one of the worst things you can do on public transport is not give up the priority seat. Firstly, it's hard because, like, you get, like, priority seat top trumps. So you get, like, a pregnant woman with lots of shopping and then an old man with a cane, and you're like, fight, fight. But also it's difficult because a lot of people have invisible disabilities.
Erectile dysfunction.
Yeah.
I hate it when you're on a train or a plane and people take their shoes and their socks off.
Yeah.
One, it's fucking unhygienic, and two, fuck off showing off with your 2 feet.
Yeah.
They take their shoes and sock off, I'll just go, oh, and I'll raise you, I'll take my old leg off.
If somebody gets on with precocious kids and the kids put the bags down...
Kids on public transport
when kids do it...
are arseholes.
Even worse.
When you say kids on public transport, do you mean kids on planes? Because kids on planes, sometimes if a child gets on a plane next to me, I do think, I sort of hope we crash. OK, let's get some answers on this.
Is the worst thing you can do talking to the driver, Jimmy? Because there's a sign that says don't talk to the driver, but that makes it a forbidden fruit. And I just want to know what's going on with him.
It is to do with talking.
Talking on your phone?
That's the right answer.
Oh. Yes!
Yes, the worst thing to do on public transport is talk loudly on the phone. And that's a survey of people who've never seen a drunk guy on a night bus shit in a carrier bag. Well, that sound tells me it's the end of the round and the end of the show. And I can tell you the final scores are Katherine's team are the winners with 4 points.
Oh,
Thanks to all our panelists, our wonderful studio audience, and to all of you watching at home. That's it from us. Good night.